Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the Car Boot Crafter, and welcome to my Countdown to Christmas series. So I was in the craft room and I'm making these gift bags for my daughter's Christmas presents. I've got 4 daughters, so I've got 4 of these gift bags to make. So I thought, well, while I'm in here, why don't I switch the camera on? So as you can see, they're nice big bags. So they measure the full 12-inch of your patterned paper, and then there's 7 inches at the bottom, and across the top they're roughly between 11 and 12 inches, depending on how much of your how your joins have worked out. Okay, let me put them to one side and I'll show you how I'm making them. And like I said, I've got 4 of them to do. So I've done 2. This is my 3rd one. So to make them, you're going to need, this is about 24 inches of ribbon. So that's for our tie at the top. There are other ways that you can do. You can use Velcro spots or anything you like, but I'm using ribbon. So I'll pop that to one side. You need 2 pieces of 12 by 12 papers, and I've already prepped them. So this one is going to be the front of my bag. So all I've done is, so this is the front, this is the back of my bag, the inside of my bag, sorry, and I've just put a thin line of red liner tape. It's just that very thin stuff there. So that's prepped the front of my bag. Let's pop that out the way. And this is prepping the back of my bag. So this is my first join, and I've put an extra large piece of tape on there. That's an inch wide red liner tape on that side. And then on this side, because I'm not sure how much of an overlap I'm going to get, it works out slightly different depending on the width of your papers, and this paper's from a completely different pack. So so I've put 2 thin, again, 2 of the thin red liner tapes on there. I would have used one of those, but I've got that in red liner, unfortunately. So that's prepping your 12 by 12 papers. And then you'll need 2 pieces of contrasting card. Now, if you want to use patterned cards or, you know, anything you like, entirely up to you, but I'm using this plain craft card. So I've got my first one. So this one is 8 by 6 inches. And I'm just going to score that in half, because this now will be my my closure. Oh, I've got ink all in my nails, sorry about that. And what you're going to do, just to give it a bit more interest, is round off those corners. Oops, get that in there. Just round those corners off like that, just to give it a bit more of an interest rather than those sharp corners. If you haven't got a corner rounder, then carry on, either hand cut them or keep the sharp corners. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to pop that to one side till I need it later. And then the last piece of card I need is 6 inches by 9 inches, and all I'm going to do is pop it in my scoreboard. And remember, I always use my hoogie when I don't have to do those bits and, you know, extra 1/4 of an inch and 7/8 of an inch and goodness knows what. And you're going to just score your card. So this is the 6 by 9 inches. You're just going to score your card all the way around at 1 inch. What we're going to make here is a tray for the base of our bag. So I'm just going to flip it over and do the other side as well, just because that's what I prefer to do. It's my preferred method of scoring whenever I can, is to flip. I'll put my scoreboard away because I don't need it now. And what I'm going to do is, again, remember, I prefer to crease all of my scores when making boxes or trays like this, just because I think you get a straighter edge there. Sometimes if I've already cut down there to create the tray, then these aren't always completely level. It could just be me, but that's the way I do things. But whatever works for you. Okay, so once we've done that, I'm bringing my scissors, and I'm going to cut down, so you can see the crease line there. Hopefully you can see, maybe that side's better, you can see the crease line there, and I'm going to cut on this side of the crease line here, so just down to that first score line that runs across, and then I'm going to come in at an angle and completely remove that score line all the way down to there. So I'm creating those tabs. I'm going to do the same on this side, only this time I'm going to cut on this side of that score line because I want to remove the score line completely, and I want the notch to be on my tab side. No, I keep saying tab. But anyway, there we go. So cut down on this side of the score line, coming in at an angle to create that notch. And again, this one, I'm going to cut on this side of that score line so I can cut it away completely. Okay, so once I've done that, so this is going to be the inside of my tray. So what I'm going to do is, normally when you're making a box or a tray, you would bring those tags onto the inside, wouldn't you? I'm going to put them on the outside because I think it just gives a neater finish on my the inside of my bag, and it means that any gifts I put inside are not going to catch on the tabs inside. It just makes it in my mind, I could be completely wrong, but in my mind it just makes things a little bit more stable. So this is my quick grab glue that I'm just applying here for speed. If you've got regular PVA glue, carry on using that. You just might have to peg it. So just lining up, so I'm lining up that edge with that edge to give me a nice straight 90-degree angle there. So again, I'm taking this edge here, bringing it across, marrying it up with this edge here to give me a nice sharp angle on there. And because I've cut that notch away, I haven't got overhang on there, which you sometimes do. Again, this edge on my tab is going to marry up with this edge here, just using my fingers to push that glue into the card. And then once I've done it, I'm just going to now bring in my bone folder and push that glue into the card, and that will just help spread it out, push it into it, and with the drying as well. So once I've got my tray done, I'm going to pop that to one side to dry. And I'm going to bring back in my 2 pieces of 12 by 12 papers. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the carrier tape on this side. It's roughly about 1 inch overlay, which is why I'm using the 1 inch tape. But you have to be careful this side, because sometimes if your measurements are ever so slightly out, then I don't want the carrier, the double-sided tape to be causing a problem later on. So I'm just going to line this up. I'm using my mat to line that up nice and straight, and then I'm going to do the same with the second. So I'm just lining it up on there. I'm going to make sure that my second card lines up, so we've got a nice straight edge there on my on here where my line is for my measurements. Then make sure, and then we get a lovely join there going all the way up. Okay, now once we've done that, I'm going to grab my bone folder and really push that into there like that. Now then, I'm going to bring my tray back in, and this time, and I'm going to use this tape, although I'm not 100% trusting of it. I'm going to use it because I need this width. My 1 inch is, although this is a 1 inch score, my 1 inch does tend to, because I can't get it completely straight. I'm not a machine, so I'm not sure I can get my tape completely straight on here, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to glue as well, just because I trust wet glue ever so slightly more than I do the double-sided tape. It's just one of those things. I'll often use tape and glue on a project. Some reason my scissors haven't cut through that, but never mind. There we go. So I've gone all the way around it with my double-sided tape, and I'm just going to push it so that that tape gets full contact all the way on the outside of my tray. There we go. So that's all 4 sides. Now I'm going to bring in a wet glue. Now this isn't the quick grab glue. This is a PVA glue, a clear PVA glue. So I'm just going to take off. It doesn't matter. I'm just grabbing the nearest one. Any PVA or whatever will do, whatever your preferred method of fixing, or if you've got wider wider tape, then that, of course, the one I grab is the one that's blocked up. I should have grabbed this one because this keeps that nice and open. So I'm going to put glue along the just above that carrier tape, so that if the carrier tape if the double-sided tape fails, then I know my glue won't. And it just gives me a little bit of wriggle room because we're going to put some pressure on the bag later on. So I've put glue on that end, and I'm now going to double check that I've got the right end. Yeah. And I'm now going to try and find the middle-ish of this. So that's 23 inches now. So half of 23 is 11.5. So there's my 11.5. So I'm just going to, by eye, line that up. And what I'm doing, I'm doing it this way because I won't be able to do it with it facing you. I'm just going to push that down, and then I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so what I've done is I've lined the edge of the tray up with the edge of my card, my patterned paper. So if I turn it that way, hopefully you'll be able to see. So the edge of my tray is all lined up with the edge of that paper. Okay, that's all I've done. And then I'm going to take the carrier off this end of the tape like that, and I'm going to put glue all the way down that side, just this side above the tape as well. So just putting a wiggle of glue all the way down like that. I do it like this one at a time just because I don't want to get messy with the glue all over myself, but you can do it all the way around first off if you want to. It's entirely up to you. And then I'm just going to roll the tray, so the tray's coming this way, and I'm lining it up again with the edge of my papers. So let me just turn that round. So again, as you can see, the line of my tray follows the line of that paper. So that's all stuck down like that. And then let's see if I can do it this way. I'm going to take the rest of the paper off and glue across the top like that and down the side. So a bit of a wiggle, so I get plenty of glue on there, and this is good glue. It doesn't grab very quickly, but when it does grab, it stays grabbed, which I like. It's the one from the works. And again, so I'm going to roll this again and line it up. Now it's going to be a little bit awkward. I'm going to bring that round so I can see. So I'm going to line it up with the bottom of that, the corner of that paper, just like that. Now the great thing is that the double-sided tape grabs it straight away, so I know that it's well and truly grabbed, and then the glue will start to activate. Okay, so now we've got to that point, we have this happening, so it's all stuck together, and we've got these last two edges to do. So what I'm going to do is the side where I've got the tape on the outside of the bag, I'm just going to remove that. So just taking that carrier tape off, if I can get it to lift, and of course because I'm on camera it's not having it. And there's one, there's the other. So just pull those like that. Oops, of course this stuff is so static. And then this one, so the inside one as well. So trying to turn it so that you can see what I'm doing, but it's not easy. So again, lifting that off, if it will come on, you know you want to. There we go, taking that off. Now before I do anything else, I'm just going to fold this piece in. Now this, remember, this is the back piece, so I'm just going to fold that over. Whoops. And make sure I've lined that up as much as I can. Let's get that as straight as we can. So, and again, like I say, that carrier tape will grab it, and the glue, when it grabs, will hold forever. Well, hopefully forever. So let's push that down. Now before I glue this, stick this down properly, I'm going to bring it across and see how much of an overlap we've got. So we've almost got the inch there. I was right not to use the full inch carrier, and I'm just going to run a bead of glue. Let me think. I'm going to put it on this side. So I've got my thin piece of double-sided tape. I'm just going to run a bit of glue up that, just because I want this to last the whole of the Christmas season, and we're just at the middle of November, sorry, so I want it to last at least another 4 or 5 weeks. So putting that glue down there hopefully will hold it even better. Now the next thing you do is you bring this piece across and line it up with the edge of that tray like that, so you get that fold, and it'll start to grab. So the tray, the double sided on the tray will grab, the double sided on this piece will grab as well. So only worry about this is okay, we're not worrying about that at the moment, just making sure we've got that going on. And then automatically what will happen as you then start to push down on your card is that these should join up and marry up beautifully. So let me just back a little bit and push it down. There we go, and we get to see that really nice join happening at the top there. Okay, I'm going to grab my bone folder, put my hand inside and make sure everything's got contact all the way around the bottom. I'm smoothing the bottom of the tray. You can't see at the moment, it's in there, but I'm smoothing the bottom of the tray and all of those joins in the 12 by 12 papers. So let's get that one done as well. So what you've now got is, this is the front of the bag, because the joins that we've created, so this one overlaps, so this piece overlaps this piece, and then this piece overlaps this piece, and we've got those nice joins happening. Now next stage then is to bring back our 8 by 6 piece. So we've created a 4 by 6 card if you like. You can make this a little smaller if you wanted to make it a 6x6. All that does is, let's see, an inch. So, oh yeah, my rule is about an inch. So your card would be, oh, apologies, I don't know where that sneeze came from. Your card would be that if you wanted to go for a not so deep card. So I'm going to bring that across onto my desk. Let's move that out of the way because it's blocking the lamp. And I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on here. Scissors. So what I want to do is I want to come, so I've got my crease mark there, and I'm putting this double-sided about 1/4 of an inch below that. So as you can see, the crease is there, and 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm putting in my double-sided tape. And I'm just doing the last two, because as I said, I want this to last all the way over the Christmas period. Now, I did think about decorating this before I attached it, and then realised that the issue with that is that I might decorate where I'm about to put the holes for the ribbon to go through, which is my closure. If you wanted to use something like Velcro dots or something similar, then you could decorate it at this stage before you then take off all your carrier tape and start sticking it to the bag. Entirely up to you if you want to do that first. I'm doing it afterwards simply because I'm going to be lining up the hole punch for the ribbons to go through. So again, that's the wrong one. So again, I'm using my glue just to reinforce that, just to reinforce the sticking onto the bag. So I'm only doing it on one side, so this is the side that's going to be the back, and I must remember that as well when I line it up on my bag, because what I don't want to do is to put it on the front and then I've got all those nasty seams showing. So this is my bag, double check, so this is the front. Yep, so this is the front, so I've got to put this onto the back. So I find the easiest thing is to jam it up against something and then bring it all together. So, oh no, that's for the holes, isn't it? So I'm just going to by eye push it together, bring this around and pop it on the top, just loosely on the top, and then I'm going to by eye it. So let me just squash it a little bit, by eye it like that. So when I'm happy that I think it's around about the middle, I'm then going to let it go, open it up, get my bone folder in there and reinforce all of those adhesives onto the back of the bag. Okay, now I can jam it up against something and bring in my hole punch, and I'm using my Crop-A-Dile, but any hole punch that you've got will do. So I'm just pushing, so all I'm doing is I've got that up against something, so it's budged up against that, and then I'm just bringing that over and pushing it like that. It's really simple, it's the easiest way I've found to do it. So I've pushed it up, bringing this in, and I'm just going to by eye it. You can measure if you want to, but I've not found I needed to. And then a hole punch, and then coming across this side, by eyeing again, and another hole punch. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my ribbon, and I've put a nice sharp, actually I'm going to make that even sharper, because that's just on carrier everywhere. That's just on the so these ribbons are lovely, but it annoys me that they've always got that folding where they've been round the card. So I'm just going to come in from the back and push all the way through. So line it up first, find that hole, line it up, there we go, and coming from the back, let's push it through like that. I'm going to make that nice and straight, hold that straight, do the same on this side. So yeah, that's already lined up, push it through like that. There we go. And then all I have to do now is put a knot on there like that. I'm not going to be too fussy because I've yet to put the present in there. So there's my finished bag, and then you just decorate how you want. You could stamp on there before you attach it. You could stamp on there and put to and from, or you could put a happy Christmas message on there. With these ones I've put a little topper on there, as you can see, and some double-sided oh gosh, double-sided adhesive pearls, that's what they're called, adhesive pearls on there. These were Poundland ones, and I really like those green ones actually, which I think go really well with this beautiful papers. So that's that one, and then let me grab that one, and again I've used those beautiful pearls on there and added a little something on there as well. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm now going to go and finish decorating this bag, decorate on there, and then I'm going to do my last one with this paper. So this is the thing, when you've got 4 daughters, everything comes in 4s. Okay then guys, well I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll have a go, and yeah, I've really enjoyed making these ones because they're nice and big. Like I said, they're 12 inches by that's probably about 11 inches. Let me grab that across there. So yeah, just over 11 inches on there if I was to squash it flat. So there you go, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.